Hello, 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 beautiful souls. I am Yuri from Seaside Adventures with Mommy and Me, formerly known, with Xander and me. And I thank you for being here and thank you for being part of our family and continue to support us. In today's news, it's breaking news. An employee from Royal Caribbean who was on the ship Symphony of the Seas has been arrested and convicted. Convicted. What does that say to us? What does that mean to us cruisers? What happens? Stay tuned. I'm going to show you a clip from the news itself so that way you can get a background of the story and then we can go ahead and discuss. Stay tuned.
BC6 News at 11 starts now.
Now at 11, Royal Caribbean is facing legal trouble after passengers filed a lawsuit over hidden cameras placed in staterooms by a former employee. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Trina Robinson.
And I'm Tawan Sweater. Good evening to you. That employee has since been fired and is now serving prison time, but passengers say the cruise line could have done more to protect them.
Lorena Inclan is live from Watson Island with the details on all of this. Lorena.
Trina, Jawan, it's a disturbing case that has many passengers who joined this class action lawsuit worried, frustrated, but most of all, they want answers from Royal Caribbean. Many did not notice what appears to be a camera tucked underneath a sink inside this stateroom aboard Royal Caribbean's Symphony of the Seas. But according to a class action lawsuit filed Tuesday, this is one of the devices used by a crew member to secretly record passengers. A New Hampshire woman we spoke with believes she, along with her husband and 13-year-old son, were among the many victims. She asked us to conceal her identity.
We have memory of him sort of being very adamant about wanting to enter into our cabin room, and he wanted to fill the soap dispenser that was located in the shower.
Arvin Mirasol, a former stateroom attendant for Royal Caribbean, is now serving 30 years in federal prison. According to the 32-page lawsuit, law enforcement discovered numerous videos of naked females undressing in the bathroom, as well as videos of child pornography. Aside from placing hidden cameras in bathrooms, the lawsuit says Mirasol stated that while guests were taking a shower, he would enter the rooms and hide under the bed while recording them naked with his cellular device.
This is already a known industry problem, and not just hidden cameras being an issue, and it's happened on virtually every single of the cruise lines, but also rapes and sexual assaults at sea.
Michael Winkleman is the attorney representing the plaintiffs in this case. He tells me Royal Caribbean should also be to blame.
I think Royal Caribbean had a moral obligation to notify all the passengers that likely could have been affected. They didn't do that. Now the notice is out there.
Tell me, what does justice look like for you in this case?
It's more about getting the word out there because Royal Caribbean is not.
The lawsuit focuses on a time frame of December 1st, 2023 to February 26, 2024, which is during the time Mirasol worked aboard the Symphony of the Seas. Winkleman believes there could be upwards of 1,000 people who were affected and have no idea.
We have clients that were children that were affected, similar in age to my daughter. I have a 10-year-old daughter, and I know it terrifies me thinking about the kind of an impact that it would have on a child.
NBC6 reached out to Royal Caribbean. A spokesperson sent us this statement. The safety and privacy of our guests is our highest priority, and we have zero tolerance for this behavior. We immediately reported this case to law enforcement and terminated the crew member. As this is pending litigation, we are unable to comment further at this time. As for the plaintiff we spoke with, this entire ordeal has caused her overwhelming anxiety and worry.
Sleeping in hotels is it's challenging. Even public bathrooms, changing rooms, it's hard, and I try to avoid them because I don't want to be violated again.
The attorney tells me that so far, more than a dozen people have joined this lawsuit and more have been reaching out to his office since it was filed. And he also says there's currently no law in the books right now that would force cruise lines to let passengers know if they've been potentially a victim of a video voyeur. He says obviously that's something that needs to change, and he hopes that this lawsuit will put a focus on that. Reporting live from Watson Island, Lorena Inclan, NBC 6 News.
So now that you have seen the video, what do you think? Do you think that Royal Caribbean needs to do more? Do you think that they're at fault? Do you think that there's a big, massive lawsuit now going against Royal Caribbean? And I'm wondering, like, what in heaven's name is going on? Because it's not the first time. And so I'm thinking that if you vet someone, once you vet it, excuse me, find out about any criminal backgrounds or anything like that, like in the United States, we may be able to weed out the bad people. But because the cruise industry really gears to employing foreigners, how does that work? Should that be something that be set? You need to be vetted, find out about criminal. I don't know how that would work. What do you think? Let me know on the chat, because this is really interesting. I'm just really pissed off the fact that now when I go, I'm going on my next cruise in November, and I have my 9-year-old. You better know, best to know that I'm cleaning, I'm sweeping everything to see whether or not there's a camera each and every night. I shouldn't have that freaking burden on myself to find out. I'm there for a cruise to enjoy and relax, not to wonder whether or not there's a freaking pervert that is an employee from the cruise and having to hold back. If I showered, should I not? It's just a mess. My thing is I will be coming out of that shower with a freaking towel on. I will sweep the room each and every night to make sure that there's nothing has been implemented where it should not be. It's scary. It just makes me think about me going, like, we shopping, we're going to try on clothes, and thinking about, oh my God, is there a camera? In the hotel room, is there a camera? That's enough of that. There's no way. I can't do it. Especially with this perverts who want to do human trafficking with kids, and I'm a great advocate to fight against trafficking. And it hurts to see that this crap continues on. Give me your thoughts. I don't know. It just hurts. It hurts. It hurts a lot because this human piece of shit took advantage, and God knows how many people he has done this to. So anyway, I know this is not a happy video, but it was something that needed to be said and to be brought to the light. And just be cautious when you're in your staterooms, in your cabins, at sea. Make sure that you check everywhere. Places that you may not even think of. Check to make sure that there's no cameras that were placed there. Okay? So, I love you. I thank you for being here. And our next video, hopefully it will be more, it will be joyful. But this needed to be said. Drop your comments. Let me know what you think and the things that you can actually share for others that are going on their first cruise, second cruise, third cruise. It doesn't even matter if you're a seasonal cruiser. Like he said in his statement, if he likes you, he'll put on the camera. He puts the camera somewhere. So anybody could be a victim. I'm Yuri, Seaside Adventures with Xander and me. Love you.